The resolution adopted at the 12th National Party Congress has defined tasks of stepping up renovation in the comprehensive asynchronous fashion, accelerating the economy fast and sustainably, and developing Vietnam into a modern and industrial country. The 5-year average economic growth is expected to reach 6.5 to 7% per year. By 2020, an average GDP per capita will stand at about $3,200 to $3,500, whilst the proportion of industry and services will make up some 85% of the GDP.
The second session of the 14th National Assembly has approved a national financial blueprint in 2016-2020 period. Accordingly, the proportion of state budget overspending between 2016 and 2020 will not exceed 3.9% of the GDP. The annual public debt index is set within the limit of no more than 65% of the GDP.
GDP was estimated to expand by 6.21% compared to the previous year, despite difficulties caused by natural disasters, the marine environmental incident in the 4 central provinces, and global economic headwinds. The macroeconomy remained stable, while inflation was put under control.
The second sitting of the 14th National Assembly agreed to stop the nuclear power project in the south central coastal province of Ninh Thuận because the project's economic efficiency has yet to be ensured, while the country's scientific and technological capacity is limited and its production cost is higher than other energy resources.
The government on May 16 issued Resolution 35 on supporting and developing enterprises through 2020. The document sets the goal of having at least 1 million active businesses by 2020. The state is committed to ensuring equal rights for all companies without discrimination of business forms and economic sectors in accessing financial resources.
The number of newly established businesses set a record high since 2016, with more than 100,000 companies registering to set up. The figures show that the new legal framework, solutions, and the action role of the government in supporting and encouraging businesses to develop has continuously proved effective.
The waste discharge of the Taiwanese invested Hưng Nghiệp Formosa Hà Tĩnh Steel Company caused serious impacts on the marine environment from the central coastal province of Hà Tĩnh to Thừa Thiên Huế. The government, ministries, sectors, and localities took drastic measures to address consequences, support fishermen, and force Formosa to make compensations.
In 2016, the State Bank of Vietnam has applied a new mechanism of exchange rate management. The new mechanism allows flexible fluctuations with daily exchange rates according to domestic supply and demand of foreign currency and global market developments.
The signing of the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement on February 4th in Auckland, New Zealand, and the Free Trade Agreement between Vietnam and the Eurasian Economic Union coming into effect on October 5th has reaffirmed Vietnam's efforts to promote international economic integration.
Vietnam welcomed 10 million international visitors for the first time in 2016, a year-on-year rise of 25%. The tourism sector raked in $17.65 billion in revenue. This is an important milestone in the tourism sector's path to become a national spearhead economic sector and make Vietnam a primary destination in the region.